All right, it's another edition of Family Vintage. Welcome and thank you for joining us on today's episode of Family Vintage. I am SK. Today we have critical issue to discuss. Can polygamous ways solve the problem of childbearing? Well, MC Sadiq is in the studio already. But let's go on this break. When we return, we'll throw more lights on the topic. It's Family Vintage. Don't go away. Welcome back. Like I said before we went on that break, that can polygamous ways solve the issue of childbearing? I have MC Sadiq to throw more lights on the topic. Hi, MC Sadiq.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
And welcome to Family Vintage.
I'm honored.
MC Sadiq, polygamous way, can it solve the problem of childbearing?
To me, I would love to tell us what polygamous family life is.
Okay.
You see, it's the legal coming together of a man and woman to become husband and wife. So there are some situations, I will always say there are some situations where...
That's marriage.
Oh.
What you just said now is marriage.
Oh.
Polygamous is when you have more than one.
Thank you. When you have more than one wife. And actually it can...
Or more than one husband. It can also happen to a woman too.
that one is polyandry.
Okay, it's polyandry.
It's polyandry.
Okay.
So even as a bachelor, you can even have more than one girlfriend. That one is polyamory, when you have affection with more than one woman. So you see, our heart is so formidable, it's so wide to accommodate a lot of affections. So I will always subscribe to notion saying polygamous way cannot solve the problem of childbearing.
Why?
Why? We always say, okay, when we look at the merit and the demerit of polygamous way, so there is. I will always say there is nothing in life that have advantages.
But do you think that guys knows that there is a merit and demerit of this stuff? Because I believe majority of guys, men, they believe in two wives. Once there is one issue, maybe there is one issue about childbearing, maybe they felt everything is woman. So the woman has the issue. So let me go out and look for another girl. So I will get child from there. Do you think...
as you're talking like this, we have to understand the concept of individual differences too.
Okay.
And from your feminist ideology, I think
I'm not looking at it from feminism. I'm looking at it from thinking of majority of guys. Let's say men, the way men think.
Okay. We men think we are perfect.
Okay.
In marriage, because Yoruba will always say, the bad child is for the woman.
Okay.
While the good one is for the man. But why? Because we think we are perfect in everything, and that is how it should be.
Okay.
That is how it should be, because we are the head. So when we look at the problem of childbearing, men think we carry the semen all around our lives, and why the incubator couldn't incubate the semen have been carrying all around for thousands of years. And
it may be the problem may be from the man.
How do you know?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it from. I'm saying it from experience. The problem may be from the man, and you may not think about that woman. Why is it that it's woman that is having all issues every time? When it comes to childbearing problem, it's woman.
Okay.
Childbearing problem is woman. So men, you people don't want to admit to anything.
Okay.
So do you think polygamous can solve it?
Let's look at it from this perspective. For example, I'm a royal man.
Okay.
And I need a hair.
Okay.
I need hair. So maybe as my wife, you've been giving birth to, you've been giving me female children, like 4 or 5. Me expecting a hair, you understand? What will you think of? Getting another woman, maybe.
Let me tell you, both male child and female child. Because say it's Yoruba ma sọ pé méjèèjì ni ọmọ. I don't know if my viewers will understand what I mean by méjèèjì lọmọ. That is both man. Forget about talking like that. Both a female child and a male child. There is no one that cannot be successful. Forget about it. It depends on the way you train your child. So you train your child very well, and you get what you want.
Okay.
Let's go on this short break, MC Sadiq. When we return, we'll continue with the topic. It's Family Vintage. Please don't go away. Welcome back. In case you are just joining us or you are just tuning in, you are on to Family Vintage. And what are we looking at today? We are discussing, can polygamous ways solve the problem of childbearing? So, MC Sadiq, as you were saying before we went on that break.
Actually, I want us to look at it from another perspective.
Okay.
And I will want us to look at it from this perspective of medical advice,
Okay.
or medical challenges,
Okay.
or disease or epidemics.
Okay.
I think maybe you giving birth, you giving me as a wife, you giving me a child of SS or whatever. You know, I want to go for another woman. Maybe the genotype is not compatible.
Okay.
You see, these are reasons. But when we want to look at it from another angle, we look at it from inheritance perspective. Maybe when I get married to 2 wives, and at the same time, after maybe the husband now lives the same.
Okay.
The husband lives the same. You know, there will be rancor. There will be interregnum between the 2 wives. So these are one of the problems whereby people face. These are the aftermath of polygamous marriage, and the actor might have left. So causing problem for people who are still on stage. I think I have said some things according to the views of feminists to talk in favor of feminism. I think
I'm not talking in favor of feminism. When we look at it from the problems, when we look at the problems that polygamous will cause.
Okay.
Looking at it from jealousy. Is it the jealousy? Is it the hatred? Hatred from the co-wives. And at the end of the day, you can even lose everything. Even the child you are looking for, you may even lose the child within the race of looking for the second wife or the third wife.
You see, men going through the old stage of life.
Okay.
Old stage of life. When you get married to one wife, and the women, the mothers, will tend to move to their children's home to take care of the children. Will I, as an old man, take my plate, start running around for food? Even if I have 2 wives, the second wife will still be young and agile, and at the same time, we do the thing, we clear the mess, and I will be running around like cello.
Sorry, what about your first wife? Where will you keep your first wife? Can't your first wife do that for you?
United States of America, taking care of his grannies.
So the second wife will not take care of the
second wife will still be young and so agile to do some household chores and the likes. So, but you see, if you see, I've said it all. If you look at the challenges, the aftermath, the boomerang, will be unbearable. It will be a fight of contest. You see, Yoruba will always say, "Ìran alákàrà kò kí ń jẹ́ fẹ́ kẹ́nìkejì ó dín." When you are 2 in business, there will always be jealous. And then Yoruba always say again, "Ìyàwó tí kò jowú ọbẹ̀ ò ní dùn." When you don't jealous, no matter.
Do you know what jealousy can lead to?
Actually, the aftermath of jealousy is always unbearable in African settings.
But my own advice is, when you look at the problems of polygamy family, you intend, or you would think about it that I will take the second wife. So my own advice is for us, I don't know about MC Sadiq. My own advice is just, please, let's try as much as possible to be prayerful. And there's nothing God cannot do. Let's be hopeful. There's nothing that cannot happen. That child you are looking for, you can still get it, even with your wife, even with your husband. So please, let's go on this break. When we return is our health segment. We'll be right back. It's Family Vintage. Welcome back. This is our health segment, and today we are looking at food that are beneficial to brain. When we talk about the brain, is a complex organ that controls through memory, emotion, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. When we talk about foods that are beneficial, vegetables, spinach, fatty fish, eggs, blueberry, and dark chocolate. So let's try as much as possible to take food that are beneficial to our brain, because our brain also needs something to boost it. So let's go on this break. When we return, you are still on Family Vintage. Please don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We don't have much time. We have to take ourselves out of the studio. Please to contribute to the show. You can follow us, like and comment on our social media handle. That's Arike Media on Instagram, Arike Media on Facebook, and on Twitter. You can send your comments. We are ready to read, and we are ready to read your comments. So you can join us again, same time, same station on Family Vintage. I remain my humble self, SK.
I remain myself, MC Sodiq.
And always be looking forward. You can never plan the future by the past.
I will always say health is wealth.
Bye.
Irrespective of your allergies, try to eat better things.